how people expect you to be fine. They break you, lie to you, drain every damn drop of light you had left, and then stare at you like you're the problem because you didn't smile through the storm. It's okay to bleed. This world, twisted carnival of masks and manipulation, it was never made for people like you. You stayed when no one deserved your loyalty. You listened to people who wouldn't shut up about their problems, but suddenly disappeared when the weight crushed your chest. The moment you start needing what you gave to everyone else, silence, echoing silence. But don't lose yourself in it. Let it teach you. Let it grow claws inside your soul. They'll whisper that you became cold, detached, cruel, but none of them watched you shatter behind closed doors. None of them stood beside you when your faith was ripped to pieces, when the people you trusted most turned out to be hollow shells, full of sweet words and empty actions. It's okay to feel everything all at once, that crushing weight, that rage boiling beneath your calm face. Pain doesn't come to destroy you. Pain comes to awaken you. You've been asleep for far too long. I learned that the most dangerous people in this world aren't the ones with weapons. They're the ones who pretend to love you while sharpening the knife. When you're hollow and dry, they look at you and say, "You've changed." No, you didn't change. You adapted. There's a difference. You were never too emotional. You were never too kind. You were never too giving. You were just surrounded by people who had no idea what to do with a real soul. That's the tragedy. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to go quiet. It's okay to become a little colder, a little smarter, a little less available. That's not weakness. That's survival. There's power in not explaining yourself anymore. People don't deserve your explanation. They had their chance to understand you, and they failed. Now you speak with your actions. You show them what pain molded you into, not out of revenge. Show them what strength looks like when it's forged in fire and betrayal. Show them what happens when the kindest soul gets tired of being a doormat. And when they come crawling back, don't let their tears confuse you. Don't let their sudden realizations make you soften. People don't change their hearts overnight. So let them cry, let them regret, let them feel the absence of your presence. And don't ever lower your voice. Your suffering, it was never meant to be quiet. Speak it loud, even if your voice shakes. No one wants to say out loud. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to rescue you from your pain. You gotta claw your way out, alone. When your knees stop shaking and your eyes stop begging, you'll realize you were always the storm. They just never saw it coming. Strength doesn't look like standing tall. Sometimes it's crawling, shaking, heart pounding in your ears, but still choosing not to fold. It's waking up every morning with that ache still living inside your chest, pretending you're fine when your world's been on fire for months. But you keep moving. Not because you're healed, but because you've accepted that the pain might never leave. When you stop begging for things to go back to how they used to be, when you finally stop waiting for closure, for apologies, for people to see what they did to you, that's when you start becoming untouchable. They saw what they did, and they didn't care They just watched. And when it benefited them, they clapped. When you cried, they disappeared. Now they want to act confused by your distance. They want to ask what happened as if they weren't the damn earthquake that shattered you. But don't waste your breath. Don't explain the storm to people who ran when the clouds showed up. They only love the sun, not the thunder that saved your soul. It's not the betrayal, not even the heartbreak. It's the realization that you were never hard to love. They were just too selfish to try. And maybe they'll never say it out loud, but deep down, they know they messed up. You were gold, and they had dust in their hands pretending it was treasure. You were the safe place, the loyal one, the constant, but they confused your kindness for weakness, thought you'd always be around, thought you'd keep forgiving and forgetting like your heart was made of rubber until you stopped, till you got quiet, until your eyes changed. They never had control. They had access, and access can be revoked without notice, without warning. You don't owe explanations to people who knew what they were doing while they were hurting you. Let them taste the same loneliness they gifted you with so freely. You don't have to be angry forever. You just have to wake up one day and realize that loving them is starting to feel like self-destruction, that staying is costing you your peace, your mind, your soul, and then you make the hardest decision of your life. You walk away, not because you don't care, but because you finally do. Because your heart deserves more than bare minimum, more than fake promises and inconsistent affection, more than I love you soaked in manipulation. You deserve someone who doesn't make you beg for clarity. And until you meet that person, you give that love to yourself. You learn to sit in your own presence. You learn to hold your own hand when no one else shows up. It's lonely. It's dark. Some nights it feels like your chest is collapsing in on itself. But it's worth it. I know what it's like to be the one who gives, the one who sees the good in people, even when it's buried under layers of brokenness. And I want you to remember it with every ounce of pain you've been through. You can't love people into being better. You can't bleed enough to fill the holes in their souls. That's not your job. Your responsibility is to heal, to rise, to take that pain they gave you and turn it into armor. Not walls, armor. There's a difference. Walls keep everyone out. Armor lets you step back into the world guarded but still open, still breathing, still standing. And when they see you again, they won't recognize you. The old you died in the fire they lit. The new you, he walks through that same fire like it's just warm rain. That's the most terrifying thing to them. You didn't just survive, you became something they can't reach anymore. People love to talk about healing. It's a straight line. It's some magical process where one day you're bleeding out and the next you're walking in sunlight again with a smile on your face. That's a lie. Healing's brutal. It's dark. It's messy. Because the past already taught you what ignoring red flags costs, and you paid in full. And I know there are nights you still question yourself, still wonder if you overreacted, still hear their voice in your head, accusing you of being too much. You weren't too much. You were just too little. You asked for consistency, for clarity, for effort. And when someone's not built to give those things, They'll make you feel guilty for wanting them. That's their survival tactic, to twist your standards into flaws, to make you question the very things that make you valuable. But no more. Not this time. Not this version of you. You've come too far to let someone gaslight you back into believing you're unworthy, because you are. You're worthy of love that doesn't confuse you, conversations that don't leave you anxious, effort that doesn't need to be begged for. And from now on, if someone can't meet you there, you walk without warning. Let them feel the absence. Let them drown in the silence they thought you'd never give them. You owe them nothing. They had their chance, and now they're staring at the smoke, wondering why you're not rebuilding it again. But you're done building bridges for people who only ever taught you how to swim in pain. You're done being the savior, the fixer, the forgiver. Now you're the one who walks away, not out of bitterness, but out of love for yourself.